To do this job, you must first remove the normal brake, the emergency brake, the pedestal bearing, the pedestal oil seal, the sheave, and the front oil seal. Hi, I'm Matt Carr, Field Service Manager here at Torn Drive International. These are the tools you're going to need to change the front bearing on our TGL 1 and 2 machines. 3 pieces of M12 all thread, 3 M12 nuts, 2 pieces of M16 all thread with nuts, M12 socket, Allen head socket, 10 millimeter Allen wrench, pull handle, 18 millimeter wrench, a 24 millimeter wrench, a 30-ton jack, a bearing heater, a bearing replacement tool you can get from us here at Torn Drive International, a grinder, a strap, EP2 grease, and a grease gun. Using a 12 millimeter Allen socket and a pull handle, remove the bolts from the front cover of the machine. Using 2 12 millimeter bolts, screw them into the jack holes to remove the front cover. Secure the front cover using a hoist. Using the jack screws, or in this case as we have used 12 millimeter all thread, finish removing the cover from the machine. Remove the front cover. Using 3 pieces of M12 all thread, thread them into the rear cover of the bearing. We used high-grade all thread for this. Install an M16 all thread into the shaft. Install the jack onto the M16 all thread, and then install the bearing removal tool. Install M12 nuts behind the bearing removal tool. Use the jack to remove the bearing. You can also use a grinder and a cutoff wheel to remove the bearing. Using a bearing heater, heat the bearing up to 250 degrees. We use a special marker for this. Reinstall the rear cover of the bearing. Reinstall the bearing while it is still hot. It should slide all the way onto the shaft. Install silicone gasket on the rear cover of the bearing. Install a 16 millimeter all thread rod to assist you with lining up the front cover of the machine. Install the front cover. Before installing the front cover all the way, install a 12 millimeter all thread rod through the front cover and into the rear bearing housing. Screw it in. This is for alignment purposes. Next, install the M16 bolts in the front cover. Remove the M16 all thread rod and reinstall the bolt in that position. Tighten down all the bolts using the 12 millimeter Allen socket and the pull handle.